Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a few minutes. Um, my name is Dewana. I work on the engagement team here at Cricut, and I am with Ashish, who of course is our amazing CEO. We wanted to take a few minutes today to talk to you about some of the things that we've been working on. As you may remember, a few months ago, we promised we'd check in every now and then, and we are happy and excited to be here with you today.
Yeah, Duane, I'm actually really excited about this update. I think we've done one of these updates before. I think about a few months ago, as you mentioned, we had promised our users that there's such a huge focus on our Design Space platform and all the changes, all the improvements, and all the reliability and performance fixes that we are doing. And that continues to be the case. So I think we are doing this almost on an every couple of months basis, and we're going to continue to do that. So I'm actually personally very excited. I think you have a lot to share. So hopefully we can, get through it all and get everybody as excited as we are.
Yeah, there is so much to share, and I'm just going to go over the highlights because there is just so much. But one of the things I am really excited about is the new content settings that we created. Our team has worked so hard on these, and I am just so excited to be able to share a little bit about them. We have a very diverse library and we're building on that library every single day. We want to make sure that our users are seeing the content that's most important to them. So if you go into your content settings, you will have the option now to turn on and off what you are wanting to see. And every time you make a change, every time you make a selection change, you will get an email confirming that you've made those changes. But this allows us to continue to build this diverse library that allows all of our users to get the content that they're looking for quickly and easily. It's just an amazing feature.
And Divana, so if I kind of just to expand on that, right? We obviously are in the business of creativity, right? We want to create a creative environment, and what may be creative to one user may not be creative to the other, right? What may be incredibly pleasing to one user may not, or to one of our members, may not be as pleasing to the other. So, things that we are sensitive to, we all come from different backgrounds, different genres, different age groups, different demographics. So our goal, as you have always said, right, is to create an environment where it is safe for people to see the content that they want to see. So whether it's mature content or whether it's other forms of sensitive content. So I think as you shared before, we have made it easy for people to switch on and off. So we've actually added safety to the platform, even for the content that already existed.
Right.
Especially for the content that existed based on consumer feedback, based on the feedback from our members, which is you want to see the content that you want to see. And to the extent that you don't want to see a certain type of content, we have now given you, based on your feedback, the ability to turn off some settings. And as just to also make it very clear that anytime those settings are changed, you will get an email that those settings will change. And Divana, where do people go to find these settings?
So if you go under your profile and then click on settings and then content settings, the panel will be there that you can pick and choose. And one great thing about this is it defaults, right, to the very basic images. So it's going to default to the safe images that are safe for everybody. So if you are wanting to see something additional, then you would have to go in and change it. Otherwise, you're just going to see the contents that's suitable for everybody.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm really excited about that. So
Yeah, I am too. We've done so many things with images lately, and I'll get ready and we can talk a little bit more about the image search. I will share
and
my
as you're setting it up, Divana, let me kind of frame this. Again, our platform is an environment where we help people discover a lot of inspiration, right? And that's in the form of images, it's in the form of projects, it's in profiles. And as we've shared before, Cricut Access today has over 1 million images and
incredible.
over 100,000 projects. And once you have that vast library, it all of a sudden you come up with another problem, which is how do we help people find this
Right,
content and
right.
search for this content that's very personalized to their style and to their aesthetic and to what they're really looking for, right? So I think what you're going to show is a number of things that ultimately, including search, that ultimately allow people to find that content. And then I will talk about, maybe after you've done a few demos, like what is the impact of all that and what we are seeing in the benefit of what users have been, members have been able to do.
Absolutely. So one of the first things that you will see, the biggest difference, I think, is the image panel itself. So when you are on Canvas and you go to images, you will now see this image panel, which is amazing because you get all of these images right on your canvas without having to leave. So this is an incredible time saver.
So I am personally, again, Devana, I've always loved this because now, previously, you had to leave the screen, go somewhere else, and while you're, identifying those images, you have no idea how those images are going to look to each other, right? So we have brought the creativity to your canvas, to
Yeah,
where you are trying to design. So as you add images, you can see them. So instead of having to leave your creative space and go somewhere else to find images, we have brought those to you as you're designing, right? So I think it's a huge step change in how we're going to help people design by finding the images and bringing some of the search capabilities that you're going to talk about right to their canvas.
absolutely. This was a huge improvement. We still have the search bar up here. So if we wanted to search, say, I don't know, truck, let's just say truck. It is gonna, right there on your canvas, you can pick all of the trucks that interest you. One of the questions that I get asked a lot is, what is this little purple circle that they see on some of these images? And that's actually an image that was created by one of our contributing artists. They have contributed, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of images to the library, and that continues to grow every day. But whenever you see one of those little purple circles, that's what you're looking at. So say I
And
would,
what happens when I just click on an image?
so when I click on this image, a couple of things happen. It automatically sends it over to your canvas for you to look at even closer. But you'll also find this more to explore down here that gives you similar images to what you had just clicked on. And when I click on view all, it'll give me images that look just like that. So I may want something that looks just a little bit different than the one that I chose here on the canvas. Also, if it is a contributing artist and you really like their work, you can click on more from this artist and it will give you all of the images that that artist has in the library. So it's an incredible tool to get you the images that you need or that you want. And that works best for the design that you're working on.
Yeah.
If you go through all of this and you still don't find what you're looking for, you can always go back to the advanced search that you're used to seeing, and it'll take you to the full image search. We have filters, so you can still filter here, right here on your canvas, just like you've always been able to. So that gives you quick access to the images that you're looking for, and you can also check out your bookmarked. So your bookmarked images that are related to truck will show up here as well. As you can see, I was working on something for my grandson, so that's why that's there. But I love the image panel. Quick
Yep.
and easy and get you going. And like you said, it has reduced the amount of time it takes someone to find an image from 90 seconds to 49 seconds, which is an incredible improvement.
Yeah, so let me explain what that means. So, we obviously, because we're a connected platform, because we are able to see the impact of the changes we make, right? So in the past, we found that it took users about 90 seconds to click on an image that they brought onto the canvas, right? So that is, we basically, it took them to browse and search and do things so that before they could find the image. And based on the changes, we have actually seen it now takes about half the time before
As
they actually click on the image. And the other thing I would say that we are not going to get into too much detail. We have an entire team of people that is just focusing on search and using machine learning, using what's called semantic search, and really the algorithm. So in addition to the presentation that you just saw, the engine behind this is all the math and the search algorithms that are going to be ultimately personalized to you are at work. And so it's not just the idea of bringing these images and allowing people to search here. it's actually also the improvements in the search engine that is happening all the time and the training that we are doing for our models. And there's just a ton of features and innovations that are happening on the search side. It is a feedback that we got from our members. We want to make it easier for you to find, to get in your mind and help you find the content that you're going to look for, right?
Right.
Because ultimately, that you ultimately try to get to the gift and not have to spend as much time. And our job is to make it easy for you to find the content and design it as based on the time you have,
Yes.
or as little time as possible.
Right. I think we've done an amazing job with the image panel to achieve all of that. It's incredible, incredible job.
So that's good. So what's next? Like,
Yeah.
what do we have?
There's so many things. So we have put a lot of emphasis on getting our users the help that they need when they need it, right? That's just so important. I think at every level of crafter, from the beginner to the advanced, we all need that real quick answer every now and then. So we've done a couple of things to help you with that. One of the first things that we have done in the upper part of your screen here, you'll see this help. This is our universal help, and you will see this on whether you're on home or on Canvas, it'll be there. And when you click on that, there's a menu of options to get you the answers that you need. So you can click on how-to videos. So when I click on how-to videos, it's going to take me to a destination page that is full of videos on different topics, even just a welcome to design space, or how to use the Canvas features, or how to craft with paper, and it just goes on and on. So this is full of videos to get you started. If you didn't want to go to the help feature and you still wanted to find this page, if you go to the home page, there is a destination page right at the top of how-tos, and that takes you to the exact same page. So full of videos to help you get started. So going back to the help menu, there's cheat sheets. So when you click on that, it's going to take you to downloadable, printable cheat sheets that we have on different topics, keyboard shortcuts, the what's new. So every time we do a release or an update, we put that information in the what's new section. So if you ever have a question about what has changed recently, you can always find that information there. We've made it super easy for you to report a bug. So if you are having issues, we want to hear from you. Our team looks at every single report that has been submitted. We want to hear from you. That's what makes us better. And that's what allows us to fix things that have happened quickly and easily before it's even noticed.
Yeah.
The
Let me just kind of, I want to make sure that everybody understands, like, this is our commitment to all our members.
yes.
We, right all the way up to me, our job is to listen to our members, and we actually get reports for how many people reported a bug, what those bugs were. And, I think my screen won't show properly, but the reason I was looking at my phone was at 12:01. So it's, we are in Mountain Time Zone. So this is now 12:14 when we are doing this. I won't share the last name, new bug created by Eileen. And then, it talks about, what the bug is, and we're able to capture that. So even I get to see what users are saying. Obviously, we have a large team of people that is working on these things, but we want to hear our members. We want to listen to them. We take these very seriously. And it's our commitment to make sure that we continue to follow up and act and reproduce those bugs so we can kind of, generally address all the frustrations our users have.
Yes. Thank you for that. It is a high priority, I think, for every team member, regardless of which team you're on, but making sure that design space is running smoothly is a high priority, the highest priority for all of us.
Yep.
Another thing that we worked on recently that just came out this morning actually is our new help center. So when I click on that, it is going to take you to, let me share this over. It's going to take you to our Cricut.help screen. We have just done a major update over this page, and I absolutely love it. It allows you to find the information that you need quickly and easily. It has just given so much information, right? So quickly at your fingertips. One of the things that I love the most about this page is these three boxes down here at the bottom. And you'll find these three boxes on any page that you go to. But these are the most asked questions from our users so that they are front and center when you come to our homepage. But even if I go to, say, heat presses, I'm going to get those same three boxes, and those questions are going to be related to heat presses. I think that's incredible. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah. No, I think that they've done a really good job organizing the information.
They've
And
done an incredible job with that. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if I understand correctly, if I remember the flow of this update, what you're going to talk about next, probably, I'm excited about all the things that we've launched, but what you're going to talk about next is probably something that I'm super, super, super excited about. Are we going to talk about this next, investment that we've been making for a while now?
We are. There's one more smaller update I want to tell you about first.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to hold on because I know you're just itching to talk about it. But another smaller update that is really cool before we get to the big one is the tooltips that we've added to our layers panel. So if I were to add, let's go over here and add a couple of just shapes. Let's just do two shapes here. So if I just add two shapes, and I'm not sure what all of the features are down here at the bottom. If I just hover over them now, it's going to give me a little tooltip to tell me what's the result of my two images are going to be when I click on that. That is really helpful, especially since we've added the combine features with unite, subtract, intersect, and exclude. It will tell you if I clicked exclude over these two images, what the result is going to be. And I think that's just super handy, quick and easy for you to just hover over and figure out what those tooltips are.
This is not a small, I mean, again, these are simple, helpful things that, we've been passionate about, and I'm just excited that we are here and really help everybody. Otherwise, a lot of people are just wondering all the time, right? How is attached different from weld and different from other things, right? Combined. So I think it's really helpful that we're going to be able to do these things. So, how do all these things relate is really amazing.
Yes. Okay, so now thing that you have been waiting for. You may have noticed as I've been demoing here, this little blue circle with a little chat box next to it. That is our new AI chat.
So what is AI? So let's talk a little bit about, so I think so AI obviously stands for artificial intelligence, right? And if you read everywhere around you, from everything that you're using in your life, all the different websites and the platforms, everybody is in this, how to leverage AI to improve the customer experience, right? And we have taken a very deliberate approach. We've been, a lot of features that we've added were based on what we call machine learning, and we've been, investing in AI for the last many years. We have played with, we've, experimented with other features, specifically in graphics and images, etc. But one of the areas that we wanted to apply AI to was to make it easy for, again, to get really real contextual help for our members, right? So I think what you're going to show is how this tool is going to be available. Now, before we even show the tool, is this tool going to be available immediately to everybody, or who will be able to see this tool?
It is not available just yet, right? So there's just so much work going behind the scenes on this to get it perfect before we release. So right now it is in beta to the majority of beta users. We are rolling it out slowly because, again, this is a huge feature, and we want to ensure that we are doing what's best for our members. So it is rolling out slowly in beta right now. And also a tiny percent of our new users who just registered a machine, like in the last couple of days, may see this as well. This is something that we're going to
I'm sure everybody's wondering, so what the heck is this? So let's talk about what is it.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited. I love this. I've been playing with it for a couple weeks now, and I would consider myself a more advanced user, and even I have fun asking questions with it. So, Ashish, give me a question, any question.
One of the things I hear the most, right, as I'm listening to, as I'm, in the Facebook groups, or I'm, even sometimes hearing member calls, right, saying, I had all these things laid out on the canvas. And then when I went to the make screen, all of a sudden, all my objects or all my designs were, all moved around.
Yes, it happens to me a lot still.
Right? So, I'm sure that when somebody is on the make screen, they will say, well, why is everything not arranged the way I'd arranged it on my canvas? So
Mhm.
let's ask this very supposedly intelligent thing called AI as to how would you ask that question? How would a normal user ask that question?
Great. So all I did was I just clicked on the little chat box and let's ask a question. Why aren't my images staying in place? Oops. When I hit make. Give it a second to think and it will pop up and tell you exactly why your images aren't staying in place. And the cool thing about this will move, right? So if you are working on a design and you have a question and it has 3 or 4 different steps to get you to where you want to be, you can continue working on your canvas and just move this out of your way, but keep it up to where you have that same information.
So what does it say? Like why I actually want to read this out. Why do my images move when I go from the canvas to the make screen?
Mhm.
So what does it say?
So one, you got to select all of your elements, right? So you're going to select all of your elements. So let's just put 2 elements here and we'll just walk through it.
Yeah, but if I read it correctly while you're doing it, right? If your images are not staying in place when you click make in Cricut Design Space, it could be due to images not being properly attached. Here's how to fix this.
Correct.
Select all elements, which is what you're doing,
Yes,
then do attach. And
that's it.
then all of
Down.
those things will stay organized.
Yes. Now when I go to hit make, it will show up on my mat just like this.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that you and I were talking about before we got into this call. So I was, you know, this is what you're seeing here is not just we didn't buy this thing, or this artificial intelligence engine is specifically using our data in addition to other data to
Right.
train these what's called these models so that we can give you real helpful information. So I know I asked you this question before this meeting saying, so what if somebody takes a generic word like bleed? We use the word bleed in a specific instance,
Mhm.
right? So if I was to ask the question to this AI bot or chat bot, what do we call this? AI bot? We haven't really named it yet per se. But
Right.
if a user says, I keep hearing this word called bleed, what does it mean? Let's kind of see what the comes back with.
That one's kind of very generic, so it'll be interesting to see. So what is bleed?
Yeah, and we've got we've kind of played with this before, so I think we kind of know what's going to come.
Yeah. So
Oh,
in Cricut
every time
Design,
Ashish hurts himself, in a hallway, right? he bleeds his shoulder. So what does it say, Divana?
so in Cricut Design Space, bleed refers to an extra border of color that is added around your image during the print and cut process. So that border allows a nice clean cut when we go to cut. So that is what bleed is.
Yeah. So I think again, we are feeding a lot of content into this engine. This is not just a help-based search. This is content that is collected from a variety of sources. We overlay that content with even our help articles, and ultimately, it's depending on where you are in the application, it'll give you very contextual, intelligent answers based on however you ask the question.
Yes,
We are really
absolutely.
excited about it. There's lots and lots of applications of AI in what we are doing. And I think people will be, the future of design space, based on this feature and based on everything else, is really exciting. Divana, before I turn it over to you, I just want to make sure because there's things that we didn't talk about, right? Which is there are so many reliability and performance improvements and how we are able to, how there used to be time when there was sluggishness and our teams have done a great job improving the performance. And we can see, I don't know if you're able to share videos of before, after of some of the performances of the canvas, et cetera. Do we have something like that we wanted to show today or just
I
talk?
do. I don't have them pulled up, but what you're referring to is when I'm moving images from one side of my screen to the other, there used to be a little bit of a delay and now it's nice and smooth. And the other big difference that they will see is when they add an image to their screen and it's very tiny and they enlarge that image, a lot of times it was a little fuzzy for just a second, right? It would just be fuzzed out and then pop up nice and clear. And now it stays clear the whole time.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's just, so we could go on and on. We could probably talk for hours on all the little micro changes that we've made for the performance to be incredible. It's just incredible what our team has worked on.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to say, I want to say thank you to all our members. Thank you to all our users. We refer to you as members because we do feel that this is, you're members of our platform. And we are going to continue to listen very closely, internalize your feedback, and continue to improve. Our commitment to responding to your frustrations, envisioning the future of design space, executing on it is steadfast. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of my entire team, on behalf of Divana, that we appreciate you and thank you for helping us serve you every day on our creative platform.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you for taking the time today. And I guess we will be talking in just a few months with all the new exciting things that we're working on. So thank you.
Thank you.